After a press conference today, Texas-based lawyer Tony Buzbee announced pending lawsuits against Diddy, representing 120 accusers, some of which include stories from a 9-year-old boy and 15-year-old girl, and more are speaking up every day. It's been said that over 3,000 victims called into his office during a 10-day time period, and all of these victims have been carefully vetted to make sure they are credible. Now, these victims claim they were sexually assaulted and raped at Diddy's various events by either him or other Hollywood celebrities they haven't named yet, but are planning to very soon. And I'm sure we have an idea of who these folks are at this point. I mean, the news has been out for a while. And some of these minors were found with drugs in their system. And alarming, it was found to be horse tranquilizer, allegedly. So take a listen to some of the main points discussed during the press conference, and then we'll come back with our comments at the end.
As I said, our law firms have been retained by 120 individuals at this point to pursue cases in civil court against Sean Diddy Combs. You should know, in this group, it is evenly divided between males and females. There are 60 males and 60 females who have joined us to pursue these claims as plaintiffs. In this group, 62% identify as African American, 30% are white, and the remainder are Hispanic or Asian. The victims are from more than 25 states. The majority are from California, New York, Georgia, and Florida. When we talk about the ages of the victims when the conduct occurred, it's shocking. Our youngest victim at the time of the occurrence was 9 years old. We have an individual who was 14 years old. We have one who was 15. 25 of the 120 individuals who are plaintiffs in these cases were minors at the time of the acts complained of. Although several of these events occurred at auditions, many times, especially young people wanting to break into the industry, were coerced into this type of conduct in the promise of being made a star, or in the promise of having Sean Combs listen to their tape or even let them read for Sean Combs. Many who did in fact seek medical treatment were drug tested, and drugs were found in their system, weird drugs that you probably never heard of. One in particular that continues to pop up is a drug called xylazine, or trank, which based on our research is known as a horse tranquilizer. Now, although these are in fact individual cases, there is a common theme, an MO, if you will. Typically, the victim is lured into a situation where he or she is given a drink. Typically, that drink, reported by these victims, is apparently laced with something. Once that drink takes effect, the perpetrators perform all kinds of sexual acts on the victims, many times passing him or her around as other people watch and enjoy the show, and then leave the victim ashamed, confused, injured, and wondering what happened.
Yeah, if you guys want to watch the full video, we strongly encourage that, because people do need to know the details of this case. And Hollywood is seemingly getting exposed real soon, which we're here for. Diddy in prison is now looking to give up names, and we're waiting to see what type of names he thinks will get him out of this one. Whether that's someone bigger than him, like Jay-Z and Beyonce. Clive Davis's name was thrown around this week. I mean, he's willing to do anything for that plea deal. He is a narcissist. But at the end of the day, we don't think Diddy can get out of this one, because these parties took place in his home, which he facilitated. Not to mention the drugs and the victims were all his doing.